problem is negative 2x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. What is the first thing that I do for this problem? And it just happens to be Stickler.
Yeah. First you got to put down that problem, like the formula, right?
That's right. You put the formula down. So we'll give him a point for that. And the formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. What is the next thing that I should do? Carver. Plug in the numbers. That's right. So he gets a point. And before I plug in the numbers, here's another question. Can somebody tell me what A is? And that goes to weeks. A is negative 2, yes. What is B? And that's going to go to Kaiser. What is B? What is B? Clark. B is negative 5. That is right. And what is C? That goes to Imes. 6. That's right. Okay, so I have to plug in those values into the formula. So that's going to give me a negative 5 plus or minus the square root of the quantity squared of negative 5 minus 4 times negative 2 times 6. All of that over 2 times a negative 2. What does this simplify to there? That goes to Kleiber. That's right, it goes to 5. Double negative. So I have 5 plus or minus. What is the quantity squared of negative 5, Yantis? 25 is right. So we'll put a 25 in there. And then we'll have minus. There's a minus in the problem, but it could be plus. I want to know if it's going to be plus or minus in that spot, and that goes to Gleam.
Plus.
It will be plus. She is right. Can somebody tell me why it's going to be plus? That goes to Hellier. Why do we use a plus sign? Why do we use a plus sign right here?
There's 2 negatives.
That's right. You have minus 4 times negative 2, so he gets the point. And then what is 4 times 2 times 6? That goes to Malone. 48 is right. All right, on the bottom, that one is easy enough. We come out with negative 4. Okay, so starting over here, we have 5 plus or minus the square root of what? What's under the square root sign, Anderson? Is what? What is under the square root sign, Hamilton? 73 is right. Is 73 a perfect square? That goes to Johnson. Is it perfect? No, it is not. So he gets a point. And since it's not perfect, then you're going to have to write it out as 5 plus the square root of 73 over negative 4 and 5 minus the square root of 73 over negative 4. On the left-hand side, I have to do 5 plus the square root of 73. What button do I push on the calculator after I type in the square root of 73, Owens? What button do I push on the calculator after I type in the square root of 73? Equal, yes, that is right. So you have to do 5 plus the square root of 73 and then hit equals. That's important because if you don't, you're going to come out with the wrong answer. So you get 13 point something, which you now must divide by a negative 4. And the answer should be a negative 3.4. 4. But now we do the same thing on the other side. 5 minus the square root of 73 equals, and then divide by negative 4. You should get 0.9. The problem is 5x squared plus 4x plus 2 equals 0. On this problem, when you plug in the numbers to the quadratic formula, you should have a negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared minus 4 times 5 times 2 over 2 times 5. So we'll go back and simplify and have negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 minus 40. And this will be over 10. When you simplify under the square root sign, you have a negative 24 for an answer. Remember, that is the discriminant that's underneath the square root sign. So your equation has no solution.